And it says we're live. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. And what a Monday it has been so far. Hello, hello. I see you all over in the live chat. We do this every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. So if you are not seeing the ability to type into the live chat, that means we're no longer live. But I love your comments down below if you're watching this on the replay, and hope you can make it with us live sometime. So welcome, everyone. Last week, I got such a humongous response from telling my story and giving my background. And I feel like I left some of the vital stuff off that I wanted to talk to you guys about and get your questions about and all of that as it pertains to now going into the reselling, and why I do the reselling and how that has all come about. So I wanted to do a part two so that I could address those things and answer some of those questions. And so if you missed last week, I just gave a background of my upbringing and what got me into being interested in the collectible world and all of that, and the influences in my life that have brought me to where I am today. But I really did want to go into now the end of it that has to do with you guys and why I do this crazy channel, and why I continue to do this self-employment that can be a little chaotic sometimes. So that's what we're going to do today. But first, I have a couple things to take care of. Number one, if you comment on my videos and you have gotten a weird, spammy, pinned by the niche lady reply, that ain't me. I will never, ever ask you in a response to, I would never, I'm not going to give out my phone number, number one. This particular one was like a phone number to text message. I would never, ever in a million years do that. And I tell you to email me during my live sales, but not, my email address is in my description. So if you see anything different than that, it's not me. YouTube is full of trolls and spammers and hackers, and it is ridiculous. So I was on a chat with YouTube support. Actually, it's Google support, because Google owns YouTube, and dealing with this person who created an account called Pinned by the Niche Lady, used my profile picture and was telling everybody, yeah, Cheryl, you got one. Yeah. So what I need you guys to do when you see those, yes, report the comment, but if you can also go over to that person's channel, and then if you hit the, now this only works on a computer, not on a phone. So you go to the channel, go to about, and there's a flag. And if you go to that flag and you report the channel, we can get them taken down faster. It's crazy that we have to do that, but I so appreciate your support in doing that. And obviously, yes, please report the comments when you see them. I don't always get in there quick enough before a lot of damage is done. I literally had to spend an hour deleting messages this morning. And what happened yesterday when it was brought to my attention, I was able to go add like some of the words they were using and put those into my hold for review. So at least they didn't go public. But what a nightmare. I know it is really crazy that people spend their time doing such things to try to just hurt and take advantage of other people. But it is what it is. So all we can do is be proactive, report them, try to, like, I had this long conversation with YouTube about, why do you even let this happen? You have the software. If somebody obviously is going into more than a few comments and doing the same reply, they're a spammer. Like, I don't know anybody who would legitimately have a reason to do that unless they were a spammer. So I'm like, come on, YouTube, just restrict them. Like every other company has restrictions for stuff. So, oh boy, I tell you. Love, oh, you loved your elephants. Yay, Brenda. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. You could ask the girls that work for me. I agitate over those mystery boxes because the last thing I want to do is send something to a place where it's not going to be loved and appreciated, because then that doesn't solve the whole thing that I'm doing by getting this cool vintage stuff and finding it new homes. So I just I go crazy because I did have somebody who didn't like what was in their mystery box, and I'm like, oh, please send it back. Just send it back. Oh, just send it back so I can get those little critters new homes, because I don't want that. I don't want that. So I'm so happy you love your elephants. Tiffany of Thrifting Vegas and I just completed our second weekend at the vintage market. And I will tell you, we did double the business we did our first weekend there. It was pretty cool. And we got to meet so many viewers that came down and said hi, which was also really cool. And now things are going to get crazy. Things are going to get crazy because I'm moving in a couple of weeks. Tiffany's moving in a couple of months because she's buying a house, has to do the whole escrow thing, has to do some repairs and all that stuff. So she's got a little bit more time. But in between and betwixt all of that, we have to move all of our stuff that we just set up 2 months ago over to an entirely new section of the indoor swap meet. So can you say Captain for my son? Shout out Nashville. Captain! So yeah, it's going to get a little crazy. So, and the thing with the vintage market is we only have Thursdays to go in there and work on this. Like, that's what makes it really crazy. And then we will have to be set up and running for October. But we'll make it work. We'll make it happen. Now, the video that I'm releasing tomorrow is going to give you guys a little behind the scenes of the new space in its raw form, like raw. And I'm going to show you where we're going to be set up. So you're going to get to see the transformation. But that comes out tomorrow. I give you a tour of all of our stuff. I give you a tour of the whole vintage market thing. That video is coming out tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. The other thing I need to take care of that I am so super bad at is some of you send me the most amazing things, and I am horrible in thanking you publicly in a timely fashion. So I just want to take care of that. Oh yeah, Vintage and Vino's moving too. I just want to take care of that first and foremost, because I never want to be that person who you think is like, well, like, did they even like what I sent them? Like, you know, I do. I love it. I love it all. This is a t-shirt that was sent by Dante. And it's actually a long sleeve tee, which is, ask Tiffany how cold I was this weekend. It's purple and it says bless somebody today, which is like, that's kind of my MO. It's royal purple. I don't, on my screen, it's not showing as royal purple, but trust me, it is royal purple. So love, love, love this, Dante. Thank you so much. Then I got, hold on, it's all falling because I had just had a dog walk over everything. Goodness. Okay. I got some beautiful jewelry from Lori Peterson. It says, can you use this jewelry for your jewelry sales? If not, throw it in your donation pile. Holy moly, Lori, yes, I can totally use this for the jewelry sales. You guys, look how beautiful this stuff is. I've got a beautiful, beautiful necklace and a bangle that says, always know that you are loved. And we've got, am I missing something? I hope I didn't drop something. And this needs a little, oh, is that an earring or, oh, it's an earring. Oh, okay, okay. So there's, oh, wow. Lori, this is gorgeous. It's a necklace, a bracelet, and matching earrings. Wow. Look at that, you guys. That's, Lori, that is so beautiful. I don't know if Lori is here in the chat, but Lori, thank you so much. This will absolutely be wonderful for the live sales. There's one more piece too. Hey, Miss Pamela. Boy, I tell you, I've been, oh, and I am dropping the other earring that goes with this. It's another, there's earrings. I just need to slow down. There's a pendant and another necklace. And then this is a set of earrings. I just dropped one. They're like tiger eye. That's what that is. So beautiful. Lori, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And I really appreciate when you guys include a card in with your gifts, because sometimes I get things without anything and I don't know who it came from. And then I'm like, oh no, I can't thank them. This is so cool. Okay, she gave me a part that I could read publicly and a part that I can't. I really appreciate and enjoy your videos. The involvement of your children and your pets in the videos truly shows how much love there is in your family. My love language is gifts. Mine too, just like you. Because of this, I hope it's all right that I included a small gift for you, Rachel, Noah, and Jordan. Is it? Okay, so she gave me a little turtle pendant. He's carved out of stone. She has a little, let's see, I got to take this out for you to see it because it's awesome. Rachel hasn't seen this yet. Rachel, she's in the other room. She doesn't hear me. She will love it though. I assure you, she is going to go gaga over this. Look at this little horse. Look at the little horse necklace. How beautiful is that? And then for Jordan, some little mushroom earrings. Yes, she is going to love those. The one for Noah. Hey, Noah, I hear you in the kitchen. See if I can get his reaction. Look at the spoon rest. You guys, this shows you pay attention because you know Noah's my cook of the family. It says, supper man, real heroes, cook dinner. Oh, I know why he doesn't hear me. It's because he is always in the kitchen with his Bluetooth headphones on, listening to something. So this is from Jordan Brower. Jordan Brower, I don't know if you're here live today, but thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, they are going to absolutely love these things. Love them. And then Deborah Heimbecker, who is peaching me in the chat, sent me, oh, I dropped something somewhere and I don't, oh no. Before I get to Deborah's, Maria, I got your gift, but I don't know where it went. Wait, is this it? I think, is it a trick? Oh my goodness. See, this is how, I'm really not this airheaded, but I kind of am sometimes. Okay, I think this is from Maria. Okay, so Maria sent me a little turtle, little carved turtle, little turtles go up here on the shelf, and a turtle necklace. Oh my goodness. This might take over as my car my rear view mirror hangy. So I always have a rear view mirror hangy, and I love these. These are amazing. I love them. So thank you, Maria. Now, Deborah sent me so many cool little goodies. Oh, all of this stuff is from Maria. Hang on. Hang on. God, I'm such a dork. I'm pretty sure like Maria sent me more. She's probably going, but Danny, there was more. Yeah, that's because I'm a doofus. Oh my goodness. Look at this guy. Oh, I love him. I love him. I love him. And I've got a sun catcher turtle. And we've got some strawberry coasters. And these little guys, gosh, I'll get it together. But Rachel's not come out of her room yet today. When she does, I'm going to show her this amazing jewelry box. It's got little hidden side pockets. It's got the drawer in the front, but check this out. Oh, it's got horses on the top. Look at that! Isn't that awesome? So, again, thank you. Okay, I know why. I didn't bring the whole box that Deborah gave me. I just brought a few of the pieces in. Deborah sent me a whole bunch of jewelry. I'm assuming to sell in the live sales, Deborah. And then look at this amazing little marble egg with a bird on it. And this little, it's like a little alabaster pear. It's painted. Check this guy out. Look at this poodle pin. And I'm not going to shine the light in, but it's a black light with different settings. It's got like different levels of black light. Oh, and it's got a laser too. Ooh, I love it. That is so cool. It's going to go in my purse. It's going to go in my purse. Okay. Oh. And if I missed any, here's what happens. Like the stuff, I pick the stuff up from my P.O. box and it's like all together. And some stuff I have purchased from other people's live sales and ordered things. And I have to like open everything and decipher what came from where. So if I missed anyone, it's probably just because I was just looking at the box thinking it was something I ordered, but promise that I open everything and I will try and get it on here. What are we talking about? Wash hands. Hi from Australia. Okay. Thank you, everyone. That's a good segue because I am really, really horrible at receiving gifts. I'm working on it. I think I'm getting a little better, but it feels very awkward to me. It feels very like from the way I grew up, somehow I feel like in the way I was, treated for many, many years as an adult, it feels like I don't deserve gifts. Like I'm the gift giver. Like I'm not the gift receiver. And so it's something that I've had to work really hard to just be open that it's okay, because that same feeling I get when I'm giving people gifts and how much I love to do that. Like if I'm not openly receiving those gifts, then I'm robbing somebody else of that happy feeling. So that's kind of how I've managed to bring it together versus like, oh my gosh, like I shouldn't be receiving gifts. Like, what did I do to deserve a gift kind of thing? Because getting gifts feels really good. It feels really good. And not just in the moment of opening up and receiving the gift, but now I get to find a special place on a shelf. And when I look up there, it's like, yeah, that's somebody like who just sent me a gift. Like that's a warm fuzzy right there. So I mean, I just really appreciate all of your kind comments, you guys. It just I've never in a million years would have predicted that I would be in this spot I am now. And let me tell you why. When I first started teaching others to sell on eBay, that came about because my mother lived down in Arizona. Is my mom in the chat? I think my mom was in Arizona. I don't even remember where I was. I think I had already moved up. Did I already move up to Vegas? I don't even know what year it was. Don't even know what year it was. But my mother crochets baby blankets, and she was looking for a certain yarn. Like there was a certain yarn that she needed to complete this baby blanket. And I'm like, Mom, did you look on eBay? And this is back when Skype was a big thing. So we were in a Skype call. So we were like, FaceTime, I guess we call it now. So she says no. And like, well, let's go look. And I'm like doing a search for this yarn. It was a Dazzle Air rainbow something. And I'm looking up this yarn and looking at the prices of just vintage yarn and discontinued yarn. I'm like, holy moly. And she's looking going, I probably have most of those yarns sitting, in my craft room. And I'm like, Mom, why don't you start selling your excess on eBay? And my mom's answer to that was, oh, no. I could never sell on eBay. I don't do tech. I'm not technical enough. I could never figure out how to do all that. I said, yes, you can, and I'm going to teach you. And it didn't take too long. She was working as a caretaker for a company that would send her out to people's homes where really she was just supposed to be checking on them, helping them prepare some meals, doing some different things. Rachel has made an appearance from her room along with Peanut. All right, get her stinky breath out of my face. Ooh, doggies, you got some breath going, girlfriend. All right, thank you, Rachel. So, okay, she's got to bring the other dog over. You're very distracting right now, Rachel. I just got to say, you're just very Hi.
But he's so cute.
How are you? You are cute. Okay, go back to nap. Where was I? So yeah, she was caretaking. So what would end up happening is she'd go to these people's houses and they'd want her to clean out their refrigerator, do their laundry, just all of this manual hard labor. And then like we'd talk and she's telling me how exhausted she is. And then she's telling me she had to go up and down the stairs carrying this person's laundry. And I'm like, Mom, you can't do that. You can't do that. Like, you're going to break your neck one of these days. And then who's going to be there, to pick you up? I was in another state. So she's, yeah, but I can't afford, not to keep working. So that's when I decided I was going to teach her to sell on eBay so that she could replace that income. And it took about 6 months, and she was selling enough to be able to quit that job and never look back. And now she's not on eBay. Now she's just on Etsy, and she is focusing on her homemade goods, like her crocheted baby blankets. They are the best baby blankets ever too. Let me just tell you guys. All of my children have one, and they're all the adult children have theirs put away and have even used them for their children. Well, I only have one daughter that has children. She does Christmas stockings. Like anybody wants a really unique, lovely, lovely Christmas stocking. She custom makes them. So she'll put the names you want. She'll put whatever kind of character on the front you want. I have her Etsy store is linked in all of my video descriptions. So if you want to go check it out, she's Granny's Square, and make sure you put 2 S's. Granny's Square. Don't leave out an S. It's not pretty. I'm just saying. Oh, Desert Dragon Words. Yeah, they are just absolutely amazing. Soft. Like she cares about the quality. Like there's some yarns, like no matter how much they're on sale, she won't use them because they're not soft enough. They're not quality enough. So yeah, I don't have it in this. I don't have it in this description, I don't think, but I have it in all my regular uploads. I put a link to hers. So I think that was about 10 years ago. It was about 10 years. And out of that stemmed, my brain was like, oh my gosh, I taught her virtually. I taught her all online. And if I could teach my stubborn mother who said there's no way she could learn tech, I could teach anybody. And that was how I originally came out as the Danny app. And that got a little confusing for people. They kept looking for my app. I'm like, no, I am the app. So I went on like this whole thing. I did a whole membership. And this is where I got steered a little wrong, is I went to a lot of business conferences and things about how to grow your business and how to be a business coach and how to do like, all this stuff where you could charge all this money. You can get, people would pay you, thousands of dollars to teach them. And while that is true, and while I don't regret, I feel like I gave people their money's worth. For me, it just never felt quite right, because my niche is with the newbies who are retired or single moms or just people needing to supplement another income. They're not people that are, making tons of money and this is just a new business venture. So I stopped that, and I did a 2 years on, I did a show on the Vegas Video Network. And so that I kind of went down this road of like, well, maybe I can get, sponsorships through this show where I can teach people, and I will make my money from the big corporations who have the money to spend, and then I can teach people. And I did that for 2 years, and the sponsors never came forward, so it was very expensive for me. And then, 2017 is really when, like, my life came to a screeching halt for a while. I ended everything. I stopped the show. I even closed my eBay store. I just went into this really heavy, major depression. Having kids, kept me going, and I've been very open. Like, I am a Christian, and I believe in God very strongly. And those were some pretty dark days. And I would sit on the edge of my bed just crying. And Noah would come and sit next to me, and he would put his arm over my shoulder, and he'd say, "Mom, do you need me to pray with you?" I am just so blessed with these kids, let me tell you. So we got through that. We got through it. And I had a lady who she had her own nonprofit, and she had a thrift store, and she had an eBay department, and she knew of me. She'd been on my show. we'd had some business dealings together, and then that fell apart, and then, you know, we kind of reconnected, and she asked me to come help her with her eBay end of things because it wasn't going well. Like, she couldn't figure out why she wasn't making more money, where the money was going, all of that. And I'm like, okay, I can only give you like 2 days a week. So I'd go into, you know, the office 2 days a week, and I'm kind of overseeing things. And I'll give you the condensed version. Is the person she had managing her eBay was not utilizing the time well. Let's just put it that way. So basically, that person ended up getting fired, and I was asked to step in and replace her until they could get someone else. I'm like, okay. So now I'm going into full-time managing the eBay operation. And well, she never hired anybody else. She just wanted me to manage it. So I managed it. I built it back up, doing her whole eBay operation. And then she was having troubles at the thrift store and asked if I could help manage the thrift store. And I'm like, well, why don't we move the eBay into the thrift store, and I can be there for both? And so that's what happened. And I ended up managing the thrift store and managed the eBay. Then she decided that the eBay wasn't doing enough. Well, that's because she wouldn't let me hire anybody to do the eBay listing. She wanted me to do it all and manage the store. And I said, that's not possible. So she took the eBay end away from me. I'm like, okay. So then I delved into just building up the retail end. I tripled her eBay, or her in-person retail numbers. And then she got mad because I was spending too much on payroll. There's 3 of us. Basically, me and 2 other people were managing the entire store, processing in all the donations, covering the register, merchandising, doing management stuff, doing schedules and all of that. But she wanted me to cut back to just me and 1 person. And that's when I'm like, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. And I was only making $12 an hour. $12 an hour. So that, but it was really good because during that time is when I kind of got to pull out of my depression. I started realizing my value again. And I see this so much. It's like, you guys, you lose your value when stuff happens. And it's hard to get that back. And I see so many people, the things on social media and stuff, you know, I read into really, really well. You know, there's a lot of people out there hurting, and they don't value themselves, and they don't value what they have to offer this world, because not everybody needs to be a YouTube creator. Not everybody needs to be like that public personality to be successful. And oftentimes I see that. I see, oh, well, yeah, you know, you just have a good business because you're, you know, on YouTube or social media. And that's simply not true. It's not true. And so when I see people just push themselves, like, you know, under a rock, like, well, I just, you know, it's not going to happen for me. And I'm going to say, if you want it to happen, it can happen. I don't care what it is. You give me the biggest pipe dream in the world. If you have enough drive in you to make it happen, it's going to happen. But where people fall short is you tell somebody your dream, and now you have all these people who don't have your vision, who don't have whatever that thing is, and they're telling you, nope, that's stupid. Well, or they'll tell you, well, maybe you could do it this way, or maybe you could do it this way, or maybe you could do this instead, or maybe you could do this, or maybe you should just go get a job. And you start believing that. And that's what happens. You start getting all of this feedback, this negative energy, and go, ooh, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? And yeah, and that happens to 99% of the people with big ideas. I mean, I don't know if that's an accurate statistic, but that's what it seems like to me, because it's really hard to be that small percent that says, whatever. The trick for me, and I haven't made it where I'm going yet, but I'm going. I've done some big things in my life and then they've gotten taken away. I mean, I lived my dream once. I was raising and training thoroughbred racehorses on the Southern California racing circuit. Everybody told me, like, that's a dumb idea. You don't have enough money to do that. Can if you bootstrap it. But, and then that got taken away from me. I've gone to, you guys know that there is a national show for dairy goats? For dairy goats. I made it to nationals. I hooked up, well, I mean, several years of breeding and producing good goats, and loaded up a trailer and went to the nationals in Nashville, Tennessee one year with my goats. I didn't get into the tops, but I was there. I was in nationals level of raising goats. That's where my store name comes from, by the way, Utterly Good Stuff, because I raised and showed dairy goats. And then that got taken away from me. And so I've had those little spurts in my life of getting to do things that I dreamed of. And now the new dream, and ain't nobody here to tell me I can't do it. I mean, they are, but I've learned to tune them out now. I got no husband telling me that's stupid. It's those people closest to us that we let influence the most, you know, that we have to be careful. Got to be careful of that. Push back a little. But so my new dream, and you guys are part of this journey now. My new dream is get the nonprofit fully functional, of course, open not just one thrift store. I don't want just one thrift store. I want a national chain of thrift stores that caters to resellers. And what I want the nonprofit to do is give vouchers to the women that qualify in the program, give them vouchers to go to those thrift stores and use that just like cash money and get their start and learn to pick items based on that. So it's like on the job training, you know, it's kind of an extension of the videos, like, because I don't want you guys to just learn the things that I pick up. I want you to learn the why I pick them up, why I leave them on the shelf, because then you can develop your own sense of what to pick up and what to leave on the shelf. And that's really what my shopping videos are about. Not just like, hey, you know, look at this alabaster pear. Everybody should be looking for these. No, if that fits in your genre of stuff that you love to sell, then so be it. But if it doesn't, don't feel like just because I picked it up that you need to pick it up. You know, you need to develop that own, what do you love? That's why I say, go be profitable and make it fun, because it's the fun part that makes all the work worthwhile. So if you get to have fun, like going and buying shoes might be profitable, but it's not going to be fun. And so that's not for me. It's not for me. So I want you guys to learn that thing, that, because if you have that positive energy out when you're finding things to sell and you're excited about the things you're finding, somebody else is going to be excited too. And that's going to come through when you're listing it, versus I got this white stone pear gold top, you know, versus this beautiful alabaster pear is lovingly hand painted with beautiful, like, that will come through in the words you even use in your listing if you're excited about the stuff that you're finding. So it's okay to be excited about the stuff and leave stuff that you're not. I don't care if that thing, I could make $100 on it. I really don't. if I'm not excited about it, chances are it is going to sit in a pile of stuff that's going to get pushed further and further back. And I'm going to do the stuff coming in that I love, and that's going to just keep putting it off and putting it off. So it's not worth $100 profit if it never gets listed. And it doesn't get listed if you just don't really care about it, you know? Now there are some what's the word I'm looking for? Online business owners, we can't even just say eBay anymore because it isn't just eBay. But we'll use that as the generic term now. So there are eBay sellers who have other people who do their listing. Hey, Noah, hold that thought. Somebody gave you this gift. What do you think?
Give me one moment.
He's coming to look at his. It's a spoon rest.
I like it.
He likes it. If somebody's paying employees like to do their listing, they've got a big operation, then yeah, you can expand into like all kinds of things. But my voice is for those of you mainly who are doing this as a one-man or two-man operation or woman-man operation or woman-woman or man-man or whatever. You know what I mean? Small time. Like we're doing this out of our house. We're doing it to supplement something. So that's my niche. I'm not speaking to the person who's got a big operation. Can they get stuff out of what I say? Sure, but that's not my niche. And that's how niche works. It's like if you develop a niche and you happen to, get people who that's not necessarily their thing, but they found something or, that's okay. You're going to always get people that are on the outskirts, but if your focus is like this, you attract these people. And then these people love what you sell and they come back for more. And I mean, that's retail. He's already gone. He could be a future chef. He could be. That could be his niche. He's already. Okay, cute little side story because this is what I do. So we're at Home Depot getting tubs to pack stuff in for the move, and we're passing. I'm like, Noah, which of these barbecues do you like? We're going to make sure you have a nice barbecue at the new house. He goes, I want one with a smoker. I didn't even know he knew what a smoker was. So there we go. He wants the smoker. I'm like, game on. So yeah. All right, let me kind of get over here to the chat now. I always feel awkward like looking and reading the chat because now I'm not looking at you anymore. So I want to not miss any questions and important comments that you guys have. So if you asked me something and I didn't address it or didn't get answered, now's the time to shoot that over there. I would love to answer it. But yeah, so and as I said last week, I've done my YouTube channel for 9 years. I have had a YouTube channel for 9 years, and I never thought of monetizing because I was that person who was like, oh, nobody's going to sit through a commercial to watch what I put out there. I really, really undervalued myself. And it has taken a lot of years for people to say, Deannie, like you're doing a disservice if you don't let like what you do out there and help others and teach others and serve others. And it's okay. Like if all they got to do is sit through a commercial, I'm like, okay. And then it was really crazy lamp lady, Jocelyn, who she mentored me in the very beginning. Like, she was so willing to share things with me and advise me and answer my questions. Like, I can't even thank her enough. I just really can't even thank her enough. One of these days I'm going to get her on here one of these days. But she has been a tremendous support in me building this channel. And now I'm going, December will be 2 years of working towards monetization. I monetized, actually, I just had my 1-year anniversary of being monetized. And the YouTube is just, it's going to make it possible for me to help so many more people. And that's the crazy thing is the very thing that I want to do is driven by the fact that I want to help people. And so then now I'm going to have, YouTube's going to pay for me to be able to do this dream. Like I'm telling you, I've picked out a building. And so Tiffany, I'm going to tell them what we're doing next week. I'm still a coward. Okay. I still have major anxiety about going into situations that I have never been in. And I was invited to attend this very, very special function on a yacht with Michael Francis, his business partners, and then the group of us who were part of what he calls his inner circle business thing. I was introduced to Michael Francis through my church. He came and spoke at my church. If you don't know who he is a former mob boss. But he left the mob and lived to tell about it. He spent several years in solitary confinement in prison. And he's an amazing, amazing, inspirational man now. And so Tiffany and I, because I said, I'm chicken. Tiffany, you got to go with me. So Tiffany and I are going on this yacht to schmooze with all of these like millionaires. And I'm like, what do I wear? But I'm hoping one of them, is willing to like maybe invest in a little real estate out here in Las Vegas so we can get this show on the road and get this thing going. And I want the thrift store to be a thrift store co-op, much like an antique mall, but it doesn't have to be antiques and collectibles. It can be more flea markety. It can be more, you just want to rent space for a weekend instead of doing a yard sale. Come rent space inside our building, all air conditioned and nice and secure. And there you go. That's what I want to do. It's called Imposter Syndrome. Yeah, and I actually have a friend who wrote a book about Imposter Syndrome. So yeah, I think I have been on this journey since I was in my 20s of like self-improvement. And so like I learned early that I came from a very, very dysfunctional family and how that affected the way I was thinking. Like I suffered from depression early age. My now 37-year-old daughter was 2 when I was first diagnosed. And I actually did an inpatient program. I was so depressed and I was like, I don't want to be like this. I don't want to feel like this anymore. And so I can dive into depression pretty easy still. The thing that I've learned to do is recognize it, because that's the first thing, is to recognize when you're in it and don't make any decisions. Don't let yourself get hopeless. It's because the education of knowing that when you're in depression, it's only temporary. It's temporary and it's treatable and you can come out of it. That's what now makes my stints in the depression mode very short, because I allow myself to just feel it, just be there, knowing that, okay, it's a wave. I'm riding the wave. I'm just riding the wave. We're going to come out on the other side and we'll get going again. But I mean, depression is like it's a chemical change in your brain, and you have to change the chemicals, whether you do it with the help of a doctor or you learn to do it organically, which I do. I don't take medication. I don't trust medications for anything. I watched my grandmother, like, she couldn't take anything. Like, everything made her sick. Every medication always had a side effect. And like, okay, I don't want to go down that path. And I have her same digestive system, unfortunately. I have Crohn's, which I have been able to manage organically. And when I say organically, that just means, without prescriptions, without, I use natural dietary changes, all of that, herbs and things, and I've done a pretty good job. But I don't look at anybody who needs to take something as any less. Like, this is just the path that worked for me. I have taken about every antidepressant that has ever been introduced to the market, and every one of them has been worse than the actual depression I was in. So that's why medications don't work for me. But yeah, and I know a lot of people go through depression. A lot of people have chronic depression. I know it's out there. I see it. I mean, I am so in tune, like, to Facebook posts even. I'm like, I can read between the lines. Like, I posted something on my timeline that was like this letter somebody wrote and the parts that crossed out. Like, I can read what's underlying. I see the loneliness. I see, and sometimes I have to just get off of social media sometimes, because I do what I can to be a positive force out there, but ultimately everybody's got to come to their own steps to. I just realized I have the Niche Foundation logo up there this whole time. I know wow, that's why I keep trying to quit soda, because it is, and it will flare me up faster than anything else, and I know that. I'm very aware of my limitations with that. All right, so that's where I am at this point, and you guys now get to be on this journey with me. Like, the YouTube thing, I never, ever in my wildest dreams would have been able to tell you that I'd be sitting here with, what is it? Am I at 33,000 now? I am. 33,000 people who have subscribed to watch my content. And I'm like, wow, like, thank you. And willing to watch commercials, because YouTube is paying me for producing the content, which is why I'm now, and this is kind of like an offset to thing that has been really exciting for me, is that I have a new girl starting tomorrow who's a single mom. I'm like, oh, I'm able to give single moms a job now. Like, oh, that is so cool. And we're first going to get through this crazy move, but then the eBay operation is going to get flowing again. No more backlog on the eBay. Oh, the monetizing the Facebook page is really hard. Way harder than YouTube. You have to have like 40,000 watched. I don't know if it's views or watched hours or something. It's a huge amount, and I'm nowhere close. I would love to monetize Facebook, but I need to get somebody who can just keep uploading my videos over to Facebook so that they get the watch time. And I haven't been able to work that in the flow yet, but it's coming. It's coming. As I get a team built around me, that's going to make it possible. And so I am so super thrilled that I am now a person who can provide jobs. And then when we get the store open, like, that's going to grow. And like I said, I want to be a national chain. I want to rival Goodwill. I don't want to shut Goodwill down, but when you have a little friendly competition, it causes a stability of the market, and you don't have like do like the Savers thing where they're just going crazy with their prices. Somebody told me that Savers is owned by Walmart. I haven't verified that, but that's crazy. If anybody can verify that, I would be very interested to know that. But no, I want to give Goodwill a little friendly competition. I want to show them like, hey, look what you can do when you price things for the resellers. When you welcome the resellers, that's a huge market. And that's what I want to do. I want to support the reseller market. I want to be the place that these people donate their goods to instead of it going to Goodwill. I'm sorry, Goodwill, where it's, likely going to get trashed in the back for the most part, or it's going to end up in the bins or whatever. So that is my goal. That is my goal. Yeah, I know. And so I'm like, yeah, I want to incorporate all the good things about Goodwill and make it a whole new experience for shoppers. I even want to put up little like iPad kiosks where you can look stuff up. Come look stuff up here on our little kiosk and see what it goes for. And maybe I'll even have a Worth Point, corporate subscription there or something. I wouldn't just use my personal. I would work it out with Worth Point first, of course, but be able to just look stuff up if they want to. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. It's not if, it's when. It's not if, it's when. It's gonna happen, and you guys get to come on this journey with me and watch it all happen. I'm dragging Tiffany with me too. I mean, our little start is like this, this vintage market space. We're already, looking at our like we're already outgrowing. We're outgrowing this space. Like we just need a store. I don't want people to stop supporting Goodwill. I don't want that. Goodwill, and I'm just going to openly say it, Goodwill does a lot of good. Goodwill provides a lot of jobs and job training, and they help people get jobs outside of Goodwill. So I don't wish any bad will to Goodwill. They serve a very important place, and it's just a little pricing. It's a little pricing competition that they need. That's where it comes in. But oh, that's cool. I'm not dragging her. Yay. Yeah, Tiffany's awesome, you guys. She is awesome, and she dives. I call her She-Ra because like she'll just jump in there and do like the heavy lifting. Like I'm like waiting for Noah and like, oh, I got this, but yeah, Goodwill has its place, and Lord knows the money that I have made off of Goodwill, even though sometimes their pricing exacerbates me, the amount of stuff that I'm still able to find that I can flip is great. And there's a lot of you who find stuff. So don't wish demise on Goodwill. We don't want that. We still want Goodwill. Oh, your son is getting ready to train with Goodwill. That's awesome. There are some upper executive salaries that I think should be put into question with Goodwill. But other than that, the people in the stores, be kind to them. Going back to my very first like viral video where I got slapped at Goodwill, even then, my point was not in being upset with the woman. I was upset with the fact that she was so in fear that she felt that was her recourse, and then, so I don't fault her. I am one to always show grace and kindness. And I hope you guys are all doing that at your Goodwills. Those employees work for a pittance. In fact, over and, Tiffany, you'll love this story. So I recently was over at one of our Goodwills that also has like their what do they call the job development departments attached. And the cashiers are very aware that the minimum wage for the cashiers is $9 an hour. The minimum wage for those working in the business, the job development end of things is $15 an hour. Like, they know this. Like, that's just wrong. And he said, and those are the people who are sitting back there, sitting around, not working as hard. Like, I could go on a whole nother tangent on that. But anyway, Harvey's at it again. What do we got going? What's going on? Oh boy, there we go. So here's how you guys can stop this troll Harvey Price. You need to, number one, my mods. Oh, and we got another one now. I'm not going to say your name. You need to go over to their channels and report them. Go to their channels. The more people report, the faster it gets taken down, is what I'm told. Oh, Harvey just changed his name to Michael. Well, isn't that special? Yeah. If you guys can just go over there and report. You report by going to their about. There's a little flag. Report them for spam and abuse or whatever they're doing. Goodness gracious. Report the trolls. That's the only way we're going to get rid of them. Yeesh. Yeesh. All right. It is after 2, so I am going to wrap it up. Oh, and now we have another one. Oh, it keeps my moderators on their toes. By the way, I appreciate my moderators so much. You guys are amazing. I'm sure you're over there. As I say, you guys don't need wrenches. You need hammers. Pow, pow, pow. Hammer the trolls. Hammer the trolls. No, these aren't real people. These aren't real people. They are just, I don't even know what to call them. Don't even know what to call them. Oh, here we go. I think this is probably then a good time to wrap this up. Did I miss anybody's questions? If you asked a question and I didn't answer it, let me know. Oh, you can basically just copy and paste their that's their YouTube username. If you copy and paste that, you can into a search, you find their channel, go to the channel, and then boom. Yeah. You just gotta laugh. You just gotta laugh. Just gotta laugh. It's all good. All right. So what's happening this week? Do I only use PayPal? Do I only use PayPal for what? Because no, I don't. But I'm not sure what's behind that question. Yeah, I'm ignoring him. Am I too old to start as a newly single mom at 58? No. No. My mother was 68 when she started. So, absolutely. You never forget that number of years you've been on this planet. It is just a number. That is society, again, telling you something that simply isn't fact. Who says you're too old for anything? Who says? Who made that rule? Get rid of that. Just get rid of that. We are not a 501c3 yet, so we do accept donations. We love donations, but we can't give you a tax write-off for that donation because we still have to pay taxes on it. So I've kind of been having people hold off until we get our 501c3 pushed through and official, because then we don't have to pay taxes on it and you get a tax write-off. Yeah. Yep. Age is nothing. Do I ever answer my emails? Heavens, yes. But you have to understand, I get hundreds of emails, and all weekend I have been down at the market. So for the last 4 days, I have hardly been able to look at my email. So forgive me if I am behind on answering your email, but I promise I will get caught up over the next couple of days. And then like next weekend, I'm going to San Diego. Did I mention that? I'm going to San Diego on Friday. So Friday's live sale, it's going to be a little different because it's not going to be live. I'm going to test something. I hope you guys will support what I'm doing on Friday. I'm going to pre-record all of the things for sale. And then I believe Melissa is over here. Melissa is going to watch it as it plays, and she's going to make a comment thread for each item. And we're going to do kind of like a little silent auction, a visible silent auction kind of a thing. That's what we're going to try it, just so that I can take a solid 3 days away from this computer. So that's what we're going to try. And if it goes completely south, I'll never do it again. If it works really well, I'll probably do it again. But yeah, I will get caught up on my emails. Thank you. And is it Annalise from South Africa? Wow, thank you. All right, everyone. Any more questions before I sign off? And thank you to my Facebook people who have come over and watched over on the Facebook channel. That does help me get closer to being able to monetize the Facebook, which would be absolutely amazing. Yep, you're never too young and you're never too old. Like, again, anything that anybody tells you is a reason why you shouldn't do something. If in your gut you're saying, but I can, then you can. We look for validation through others' opinions. And at the end of the day, and I do it too, I very much love validation for things. But at the end of the day, you also have to go, but I believe I can do this. But I believe it's true. And if you go for it and you fail, you're not a failure. You are somebody who took a risk, learned a lot along the way, and the next time you go for it, it's going to be so much better. So don't quit. Never quit. That's the thing. Perseverance. It's the diamond mine guy. You've seen the meme where the guy is got the pickaxe and he's in the tunnel, and on the top it shows him giving up, walking away with the diamonds are literally that much farther for him to pick through. So don't give up on your dream. Don't give up on your dream. That is my message for today. And so I think we will let all of our little trolly trolls, spammy spammers, go crawl back into their holes, and we will sign off for today. So with that, thank you for being here, everyone. Thank you, moderators. Many of them have channels. Go check out their channels. They help me just as volunteers. And again, it's that gift that I feel very awkward accepting, but I am ever, ever so grateful to each and every one of them. Oh boy, now they're going to send me money. I'm not going to give that a shout out. I don't even know what that's all about. In fact, can I even make that? Can I hide that? Yeah, there we go. All right. Goodness gracious. All right, everyone. Go be profitable and make it fun. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.